we'll look at a potential topic for the upcoming UPSC Prelims 2021, that is National Policy for Rare Diseases 2021. So this is actually the April first week's very highlighted topics and frequently in news, and the amenities or the postulates which is provided by the National Policy on Rare Diseases are helping many people to overcome the diseases at the early time. So let us see how National Policy for the diseases has been helping people to take up these diseases, the funding which is provided for them to acquire these policies, and how such policies will help the people to overcome the problems in the citizens of India. So let us see what is this national policies and how it is taken up by us. So this was in news because Government of India has announced National Policy for Rare Diseases 2021. So the revamping of this policy has been taken up in this year 2021. So keep this in mind, the year 2021. Then so we'll go about what is this rare diseases known as. So rare diseases, what do you call this diseases, why these diseases are rare, and how the other countries are also taking these diseases, and why such policies are necessary for the application. So rare diseases are also called as orphan diseases. Orphan diseases in the sense there is no origin or there is no reason for such diseases, that mainly based on some genetical properties, genetical imbalance. So that will tell it as rare diseases, or broadly defined as diseases that are infrequently occurred in the population. That is, it is not common in everything. Just for an example, if you take a fever, a cold cough is normal to everybody, but rare diseases are the diseases which are infrequent and occur in a smaller number of population, and three markers are used to define the rare diseases. That could be the total number of people. First, the total number of people with the diseases. So you take the people, total number of people with diseases, its prevalence and availability or non-availability of treatment option. So when you consider like this, then it is called as treatment option. Then, so for only 450 rare diseases have been recorded. So when you consider that 450 rare diseases have been recorded in India, tertiary care center, hospital. So what is it? It is the people which is associated with that, and the availability or non-availability of the treatment option. Basically, you take care of two things and tell this is as a rare disease. For example, if you take a normal fever or cold, we actually know the diseases or we actually know the treatment. But COVID-19, we cannot take it as a rare diseases, but it is a contagious diseases. But treatments are also given to that. So availability, non-availability of that, and number of people suffering from such diseases could define the rare diseases. And the examples of these rare diseases could be hemophilia, thalassemia. Please note down and keep these points in your mind, which are the diseases included in the rare diseases. For example, when you consider the previous year questions of hepatitis B, hepatitis C, you're getting into the importance of the study of diseases. So keep this data in a very note. Sickle cell anemia, primary immunodeficiency in children, autoimmune diseases, lysosomal storage diseases as a Pompe disease, then Hirschsprung diseases, Gaucher's diseases, cystic fibrosis, hemangiomas, and certain forms of muscular dystrophies. So I hope these names are very difficult to remember, but just be aware of these names, and sometimes there could be a classification of which are rare diseases and which are non-rare diseases. So this was about what is a rare disease about and the examples of the rare disease. I hope this is clear now. Then this is just a screenshot of a muscular dystrophy. So National Policy for Diseases 2021 will deal in a comprehensive manner. So for the information, Rare Disease Day 28 February is celebrated as Rare Disease Day. Then what are these policies actually include about? So this points, please make the note, it's a very much important. Financial support. The policy is urging for the financial support and one-time treatment up to, what is the number? 20 lakh. 20 lakh one-time treatment, and the financial support is provided by the government, and introduces crowdfunding mechanism. Nowadays, crowdfunding mechanisms are being a very instrumental part in actually treating the diseases. That is why crowdfunding mechanisms is included. Then creates a registry for rare diseases and provides the early decision. So first of all, we want the data to be recorded. Data should be recorded, and early detection system, early warning systems or early detection systems could be included, such that the diseases in the primary stage only will be able to control them. Then it was first prepared by Center in 2017, but was put on hold due to some questions, some criticism, the format of creation, the agreements between this and the registries, everything made a problem. That is why, and the beneficiaries also, that is why in 2017 only the actual part was completed, but due to some criticism it was on hold. But now the government has created the National Policy for Rare Diseases 2021. So the step 3 goes about, an expert group was constituted in 2018 to review the questions, as I am telling the criticism, in 2017, which submitted its reports in January 2021, and after the 40 round consultation, the policy was made public, such that the diseases actually affecting the people could be early detected and the funding could be given and the pain is cut down easily. Then, what are the categories of rare diseases? What are the categories of rare diseases in this group? That is group 1, group 2, group 3. These are the categories in the rare diseases. So group 1 could be disorders amenable to one-time curative treatment. First of all, just have the revision of it. Group 1 could be disorders amenable to one-time curative. So that is one-time cure. Okay. Then group 2, diseases requiring long-term, lifelong treatment. That means the cure will not suddenly change the diseases, but a long-time treatment having a relatively low cost, but the daily care or this long-time process will continue. So I'll tell you how it is, and that requires the surveillance required. So that is how you're keeping in track of everything in a proper manner. Then diseases group 3, I'm just giving you the, see, just take it as lifetime care. Then group 3, these are a definitive treatments are available here, but the challenges are to make optimal patient sections and benefits and very high cost in lifelong therapies. This is also, but we know what is the diseases, we know what is the cure, definitive treatments are provided, but the challenges are to make optimal patient selections. How a patient could be selected, or this is group 3 is actually a very difficult task for the experts. Then, so we'll go into deep and see how this are curated. So when you consider group 1, who are all eligible for this? Eligible for one-time treatment costs up to 20 lakh. 20 lakh. And provided the beneficiaries are conformed to definition of Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. So not only the BPL holders, but the beneficiaries included in the Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana are also coming under group 1. Then, and the tertiary care centers, the center of excellence, will have the R&D and will give the cure for it. Then, and it is, keep this in mind, this is taken up in the umbrella scheme called as Rashtriya Arogya Nidhi. Rashtriya Arogya Nidhi. it is thus rare diseases group 1 is treated under the umbrella scheme called as Rashtriya Arogya Nidhi, and the beneficiaries who are included in the Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana will also come under this. Then group 2, this states could also consider supporting them and could be managed for special diets and hormonal supplements. So this is the diseases, as I told, lifelong hormonal supplements and a lifelong care should be given for the group 2 people. And government would notify selected centers of excellence, as I told, where a definitive treatment should be curated now. That is why this hospitals and comprehensive management of rare diseases is taking place. So this is a complete picture of how are the categories of rare diseases, that is group 1, group 2, group 3. Group 1 could be the one-time treatment of a higher amount, that is 20 lakhs per patient, and then group 2, that is also a lifetime treatment, and group 3, a definitive treatment is provided. But keeping in mind the selection process, selection of animal and the optimization is what required in the group 3. So this is the complete information of the categories. So national policy for rare diseases has been approved and a very successful project which is going on, and that is why it is making a news, and 20 lakhs to individuals with certain rare diseases that require one-time treatment, and then 40% of population who are covered under Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, and the people coming under BPL families are also included in this policy. Getting it? The number goes about 40% of people who are coming under Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana are also eligible for taking up the policies or taking up the fundings from the national policy of rare diseases. Then the financial support will be provided under the umbrella scheme, as I told you, Rashtriya Arogya Nidhi, and not PM Jan Arogya Yojana. So the financial support is coming under Rashtriya Jan Arogya Nidhi. Only the beneficiaries coming under PMJAY are also included in the 40% of them are also included in this scheme. So this is the difference. Just have this difference in mind. Then, so as we saw everything here, we'll summarize in a very prelims fact. This is a very important slide. Keep the interest here and see the national policy implementing ministry could be Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Keep in mind it is the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. According to WHO, rare diseases are a disorder prevalence of 1 or less per 1000 population. As I told you in the beginning slide, number of persons and the availability or non-availability of the cure. So, one or less per 1000. So that is the definition given by WHO. Then what are the challenges for rare diseases in India? First thing could be early diagnosis of the rare diseases, early detection, early diagnosis, research and development is very much necessary, and patients pool is very small. Yes, because people really don't know what is actually happening to them. That is why patients pool is very small, and the expensive cost of treatment of rare diseases, as you have seen, 20 lakhs more, and there are many treatments, there are many hemophilia, thalassemia and all, they cost a very huge amount. So that is why the funding is a very huge problem for the rare diseases. Then the field of rare diseases is very big, complex and heterogeneous. That is why research and development is much more necessary. Then national policy of rare diseases, what are the key points? Just make a revision of it. So policy divides rare diseases into 3 groups, as I told you, group 1, group 2, group 3. Then policy aims to lower the higher cost of treatments, yes, as they're giving the funding help. Then national consortium will be set under the Department of Health Research, Ministry of Family Welfare. Consortium will be done under the Department of Health Research. Then early screening and prevention, yes, that is a very important and a vital point of national policy for rare diseases. Then Nidan Kendras set up by Department of Biotechnology will also support. What are the Kendras? Nidan Kendras will also support and designating and health facilities as center of excellence. So this could be a very brief and a very comprehensive talk about national policy on rare diseases. So after seeing this video, you would not require any other points which could be important for prelims 2021. Just having this video and revising for 1 or 2 times, you would be properly understood with what is national policy for rare diseases. So you get the definition for rare diseases, the types of rare diseases, and what are the key points of rare diseases, and that's it. You have to study for prelims, upcoming prelims. So as the time is going up, time requirement is more, so the study part should be very pruned up and concised such that you remember for more time. So having seen such videos will help you to understand in a better manner. So significance. Let's fastly move on to significance. It will increase the focus on indigenous research and local production of medicines. As the R&D increases, indigenous research will increase. Then under crowdfunding, corporates and individual financial supports through robust platform. As you see, crowdfunding will be increased such that more people will be helped from that. National Hospital Based Registry. Registry is what one thing everyone urging for. Then early screening and detection. This is the really very good significance of national policy for rare diseases. So I hope this was a very complete information about national policy of rare diseases. Make notes of it, the types of diseases. After that, some criticisms are also coming up on this because the rare diseases could not be classified into a very usual parts, and the glitches, the governance glitches between the registries, the making up of departments. There are certain criticism. Overall, keeping criticisms aside, we can tell that national policy for rare diseases is going up well. So these are the points for prelims. And for further more information, you can log on to our website believersis.com and you can subscribe to our channel Believers IAS Academy, and you can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr for any such interesting current affairs video, and for any daily mains answer ratings, daily quizzes, you can join our Telegram channel. So I suggest you people to join our Telegram channel for your further prelims 2021 preparation, because the compilations, the daily current affairs updates will be updated very regularly in the Telegram channel. So I hope this video was very informative for the national rare diseases policies, and hoping for next upcoming current affairs video, and we'll get back to it. So thank you. Welcome.